Gorgeous lights. Welcome to an energy update for the 10th of December. Now, if you're kind of feeling like you're a little bit like a ping pong ball in a vacuum cleaner, there's a lot going on. It's a little bit like we're being presented with a choice right at the moment, and we're kind of jumping from 3D to 5D. So 3D illusions right through to 5D understanding. And that kind of puts us into this almost like this grey area. So you could have one day where you're just like, yep, I'm really positive, and yep, I'm going to do what I need to do. And then you can jump to being just extremely flat, extremely disinterested, a little bit lost, a little bit like not really interested in doing anything, and you might not be sleeping properly, which is me at the moment, or you may be kind of waking up really early or headachy, a little bit of like flu-like symptoms sort of thing. There's a lot going on in terms of the choices that are being presented to us at the moment to step into more evolution or step into more kind of upgraded energy, or whether to just kind of a little bit get stuck in a funk of where you are right now as well. So we're very much in the energy through December and into January. We're still in self-nurturing energy. We're into really looking at wants and needs, emotional blocks, insecurities. The universe is trying to show as much clarity as possible. If you're an overgiver, you'll be being hit by this boundary energy and discernment energy that says that you need to put better boundaries in place. The clarity energy will be forcing you to say what you need to say. There's lots of people being utilised on the outside of you as tools from the universe to show you what you need to address that you're doing in your own self. And we very much like to project outwards and say it is that person that's being extremely difficult, but that person is actually only an outer reflection of the type of viewpoint that you actually have of your own self. So if you're dealing with yourself really judgmentally, then the universe will provide a judgmental person on the outside of you to show you that alignment, so you stop doing it on the inside of yourself. And quite a lot of the time, because we're basically wandering around kind of going, that's happening externally, without paying attention and kind of connecting the dots, that actually says it's the way that you're actually treating yourself as showing up on the outside of yourself. We don't actually often put two and two together. We quite often just want to say it's that person being a plonker. So just be aware there's a lot being shown to us at the moment if we're willing to look at it, and that's a free choice energy that we're really, really in at the moment as we're going through these processes as a collective. We're always going to have to go through ourselves, our own dynamic, our own conceptions, misconceptions, insecurities, viewpoints, whatever, are all under being addressed so that we can actually come into a more authentic and truthful alignment for ourselves. So we're having to go through any hurdles, jumps, or whatever on the inside of us that might potentially be holding us back from being our authentic selves. The universe utilises people, events, situations to show us the choices that we have around how we react and how we actually deal with it. And that's hence I'm saying ping pong ball and a vacuum cleaner, because it can literally feel like you've just kind of got through one thing and then bang, there's something else that's actually going on. And it's all, the guys are just saying, it's all to do with like almost like sustainable growth of our own selves that gives us a choice of whether we're going to keep stepping into the new energy. And we've shifted energy literally from success goal focused energy, which is accumulative energy, like I want to be successful and have a job that pays me this. So very much to do with the 3D is about accumulation. What am I going to accumulate? What goal am I going to go after? I'm going to have the big house, I'm going to have the car, I'm going to have this, I'm going to have that. And we've switched over to this probably about within the last 6 months, to be perfectly honest, into more soul-based energy, which is more about adventures and dreams, which is really lovely. So I particularly like it, and there's nothing wrong with the success and goal driven. It was just very accumulatory, And now we're with this, the new energy, which is around Adventures of Dreams. That is more soul-based energy that actually says, what kind of experience do I want to have while I'm here? Because it isn't particularly to do with a physical acquisition or acquiring anything. It's more to do with what kind of memories am I going to take with me, what kind of adventures am I going to have, what kind of dreams can I create, and this ties in very, very close to purpose. So if you've been having lots of moments where you've been thinking, oh my gosh, like, what is my purpose? What am I here to do? What am I supposed to be doing? If you were stepping into, and you have to consciously step into it by going, yes, I want to go into this new energy, then you can actually really start to say, do you know, I want to go and have this adventure, I want to have this experience, I want to do this dream, I want to actually elevate into this. And that is being particularly soul-led, and it's enabling us to actually step forward. So it's such an incredible time, seriously, but it is really coming into the new alignment, which is basically consciously creating your adventures, your dreams, and what you want to do. And there's a little bit, as I said, you can be really kind of anchored in the remembrance of what the 3D reality is that you've been programmed, because basically we accept as we're growing up whatever our parents teach us, whatever society teaches us, and now we're kind of opening up into these doorways of who am I really, what do I really want to do, and what do I really want. And a lot of people saying to me, I feel so lost with that because I don't actually know what it is. No, you won't, because you're trying to get underneath the layering that never really belonged to you, to get to the truth of who you actually are. And this is where your own personal hopes and dreams and what you want to experience is keys on you listening to your own soul and really looking within you and going, actually, what I actually really like to do. That's going to take time to dig beneath the layering, if you like, and that can also contribute to that ping pong ball feeling where you're ping ponging backwards and forwards and going, actually, I'm trying to work out exactly what I actually need to do for me, up, down, all over the place. Just remember, it's a process, and as you go through the process, it becomes clearer and clearer and clearer more quickly what you don't want, so that you can create room to explore what you actually do want. And you cannot, exactly, Evangelist has said, you cannot rush this process. We would love to rush this process. We would love to be able to go, I've got everything laid out and known what we're doing. That's called control, people. That's trying to actually control your whole life, rather than surrendering to the wonder and the joy of the experiences go through. Now, we don't do this a lot. I actually said that to someone the other day. Like, when was the last time that you actually sat down and went, oh my gosh, I love the life that I'm in, and I'm anticipating this, or I'm looking forward to this, or this has just filled me with joy doing this. We've kind of dropped off those, they're playing that song, If I Live to See the Sense of Wonder. Yeah, we've lost the wonder about what we're actually doing in our lives and the joy to actually do with it. So I'm kind of feeling like everybody's just a little bit kind of trodden down right at the moment, and kind of really just wanting to actually go, I just want some things to be easier as well. Perceptional reality, it's as easy as what we let ourselves do. But we have to make this shift, this conscious collective shift into the awarenesses that says, yep, I came to experience more, or I came to, because this is the theme for next year. I love what's coming through for next year. We have, there's two ways that it's kind of falling at the moment. So next year for a few people can be the potential of self year. So what potential do you want for your own self? Or it can be, the other one that I've seen come up around people as well is a recognition of self year. So you can recognise how amazing you are, start giving yourself credit, start celebrating who you are, and bringing opportunities for you. So it still fits in self, but instead of like recognising your own potential, you can actually just recognise that you're just amazing full stop anyway, and you don't actually need to do anything more than that. So it is basically taking us into an overarching energy beyond that of more, which is actually really lovely. So this isn't just it, which is where we can get really in that lost feeling and going, well, this is just my life, this is just it. If you're choosing to evolve or choosing to work through the stuff that's coming up through you, you're going to see more. You're going to see it from a wider perspective. You're going to see it from a more 5D experiential understanding, which enables you to actually step into the world of conscious creation, not reactive, and thinking that it's happening on the outside of you. So it's kind of really cool. So I just wanted to put out just a little energy update for this is where we're at, so you can cut yourself some slack, because I'm seeing people go, I should be able to be in more control of this. No, we're learning to let go of that desperate, driving need to control situations, and actually more surrendering to the enjoyment of the flow as we're going through things, which is much more experimentally based and much more what our souls actually really came to do. So it's really important that you give yourself permission to actually go, do you know what, I'm just going to flow through, and I'm going to, if I feel like making my plans, because it's all about the feels, because that's the way forward. If I feel like doing this, I'm going to do this. I'm going to surrender to the art of not having to know everything, not having to control everything, and just kind of flow through this stop-start ping-pong ball energy, because it won't last. It's not going to last. But the more that you kind of do some recognition, the more that you kind of surrender, the more that you kind of give yourself freedom to explore your own possibilities, the more you're entering into the new energy of being soul-led and that 5D understanding, which is just so lovely. So take care of you guys and keep shining. We're all in this together. So it pays. I'm actually realising that and just going, do you know what? It's perfectly perfect just right at the moment. I just need to be kind to myself, work with myself, do my self-nurturing, self-understanding, and really start to actually anchor in relaxing into the process rather than fighting the process. Take care of you.